Hello, friends.
Hey.
Welcome to the Cinemondo podcast with Kathy and Burk, talking about movie trailers.
Mm-hmm.
We have a trailer from a director that we love and kind of like sometimes.
He's inconsistent, but he has brought it in a few levels and a few times.
He
Big
deserves to be paid attention to still.
Yes.
And he's taken some big, weird chances.
Yeah.
And like his last film I watched the whole thing and I had fun watching it, but I was like, this is a weird movie. This is like, I don't get certain things about it. And I was trying to put the pieces together and it just didn't really work 100%. But it was interesting enough to where it was fun. It was that movie Old by M. Night Shyamalan, who made The Sixth Sense, which I consider to be one of my very favorite movies of all time.
Okay. I had someone tell me the other day that she watched Sixth Sense, and from then on, it scared her so bad she refused to watch any more horror movies after that.
Wow.
Wow.
Scared her.
I know. I'm like, I thought it was shocking and cool, but I don't consider that movie like scary. You know,
I thought it was kind of sad. It's kind of like that movie Ghost. What's the movie with the Patrick Swayze or something? It's kind
Ghost.
of Ghost. It's kind of along the lines of that kind of an idea.
Humor. Yeah. Freaked her out.
A little scarier than that.
He's like, no more horror movies. I'm like,
wow.
I'm like, well, you're a lightweight, so anyway.
It's surely a good
very,
one.
Very,
and his second one was really good, Unbreakable, and then his movies all have a little something.
Yeah, they do.
But some of them just kind of go off into weird realms. And
he got kind of tied into the, like, he's the guy that makes the shock twist ending. So then I feel like he was compelled to want to do a shock twist ending. But he even had smaller films since then. Like he kind of, it almost looked like he was experimenting by kind of doing these little off projects that ended up being really solid. And one of his best things I've seen in a long time was The Servant, a series.
Right. Yeah.
Incredible. Like, just when at first I was like, oh, I guess I can watch The Servant, it's M. Night Shyamalan. And then I watched them and holy shit, this thing's incredible. So definitely one of the best things I've seen in a long time, and one of his best for sure.
Yeah, and he's got a new movie. That movie Old, I feel like it just came out not too long ago. And that was a weird one about people who went to a certain beach and they all start getting older really fast.
Accelerated, yeah.
And the explanation for it, I don't want to give it away, but the explanation for it, I was like, really?
I know. I was like, nah.
But it was what it was. And after it was over, I didn't feel like I was cheated out of.
I give him points for having an original concept.
Yeah.
And he didn't stick the landing necessarily, but he did some solid work here and there.
Yeah.
So this one looks like another, I give the guy, again, props for trying to do original content. Like, he's trying to do original stories. You haven't seen this stuff before. They're new
standalones.
So, it's like not, and when you think about it, not many people are doing that. So come on, you guys, let's give the guy a break.
Yeah, I'll give him a break. I'll give him a break from now on.
I don't know that this is gonna be an interesting one because I vaguely know about it. I don't know what it's really about. So let's have theories in the comments once we watch this trailer. I hear it's pretty weird. So let's have theories in the comments about what you think this movie is about.
I know nothing about this movie other than that it's called Knock at the Cabin,
which is a weird title.
Yeah.
Knock at the cabin. Like, they don't even say cabin door. They kind of, why did they leave door off of it? Like, is there some kind of concept in that? I don't know.
Knock at the cabin.
Knock at the cabin. Like, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So here we go. Are you ready?
All right.
Okay.
I'm going to slate it.
Here we go. Jones is ready.
Quiet on the set.
Not going to happen.
Quiet. And action. Quiet.
Are we gonna sing along?
Yes, of course!
I wanna put on my boogie shoes. Yeah!
They're so happy. Something bad is going to happen.
It's never good to start a movie with people being happy at a cabin. The guy from Mindhunter.
There's the knock.
My name's Leonard. Well, it's nice to meet you, Will.
Why are you here?
I suppose I'm here to make friends with you. And your dad's too. But my heart is broken
Why is it broken?
because of what I have to do today.
There is a woman carrying something that looks like a pick with a chain and a mallet head.
You see, the four of us have a very important job to do. In fact, it might be the most important job
Fucking
in
chill.
the history of the world. We were called and are united by a common vision, which has now become a command that we cannot ignore. The four of us are here to prevent the apocalypse. Your family has been chosen to make a horrible decision. If you fail to choose, the world will end.
Wow.
I got, first of all, I love the type and the sound effects in
Right.
unison, creating a pattern of the knocks. That was pretty
Yeah.
great trailer cutting. Thanks. Good guys.
Yeah.
Rupert Grint, love him. They didn't really use him much in that, but I love him. He's great in
Yeah.
The Servant.
He's
And
there.
David Bautista.
Dave
First of all,
Bautista-
creepy just seeing the guy walk out of the woods. Like, I was just
Yeah.
getting like, fuck.
But I don't know. Dave Bautista may very well be one of the nicest people in the world.
Well, that's what makes it so hilarious.
Which is
And
kind
also
of
Rupert Grint, who's this adorable Harry Potter guy.
plays
What
in
the
a
hell?
band. Yeah. But yeah, that's the downside of knowing too much about the business and working on things with people and stuff. And you know, it's like, oh, I like that guy. It's
I
like,
know. It was so
nah,
nice.
he's supposed to be scary. But yeah, I mean, get into that vibe of, you know, it's not really the person, it's the character.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a creepy idea. I mean, the fact that it's a gay couple, you think, are these
love
people
that.
like evangelicals that, you know, hate gay
Mm-hmm.
people, or is it something else? And then it's this stuff about the apocalypse, and
It just
And,
sounds like a cult came to your cabin and they're gonna be like, now we have to kill you. Sorry. It's like, oh, what? We didn't
it's
want
like
that.
a gay couple adopted a non-white child, and you're thinking, you know, I mean,
Everything about that.
in the back of your mind, you're thinking, you know, this is the kind of arrangement that there are people who hate
think
that,
it's the apocalypse happening.
who think it's the apocalypse, the end of the world, because, you know, men can get married, women can get married, and they
So
can
what do you
adopt
think?
children. And
What
and
is
they
the
think,
decision?
I don't know. It's probably, you know, they left it out of the trailer, fortunately, so we can only speculate.
We're just speculating.
But I hope it's not like a Sophie's Choice kind of thing where he's like, you've got to make a choice. You know, you have to choose. So it's like they don't have two kids, so they don't have to choose between their kids. But does one of the people have to choose between his husband and the child, or something horrible
Maybe
like
the
that?
child has to choose.
The child has to choose which
That'd be bad.
daddy, or
Gets killed.
yeah. But I don't know. That would, I don't know.
It's
Is
almost
that-
the weird thing about it seems like they have to have permission to do it or it's not going to work. So it feels like they're not going to be able to pull off this, you know, sacrifice or whatever it is without the consent. So that's going to be and I love the isolation horror of this. Like,
right.
so I keep hitting my microphone because I moved it to the other side. Now I don't know what to do with myself.
Calm down.
But I think part of it is, you know, to make the sacrifice is there has to be consent, and then it has to be willing, and they have to do it that day. So I love the isolation, the time frame, the idea
why?
that there's a big choice. How is it going to be the cat and mouse? Like, how are they going to make the choice? Because it seems like we saw the whole lead up. I bet the whole rest of the film is going to be them trying to figure this shit out.
Yeah, and it may be something completely unknown that, you know, because, you know, it's just a trailer. It's a few minutes of
It
a
could
very
be.
long film. It could be
What
some,
is your favorite color?
yeah. You have to make a choice, and if you choose wrong, the world comes to an end. But it may be something big. You said your family has been chosen to make a choice. So it's some kind of ritualistic
definitely
thing. I don't know
sacrifice.
that they got messages from their overlord, whatever that is.
I know.
their-
Well, let's see if the poster
From
has
their radio
improved.
show that they listen to.
Boom. So this is a teaser poster.
Oh.
It gives us again. Well,
That's so cute.
It's so cute.
Looks like a
It's
Miyazaki
cute, and then when you
film.
look at it again, you're like, oh, that is not cute. There's some big creepy shadows on this little girl.
Oh yeah.
It's like now
What is she holding up? I can't see her.
I can't tell. It's so small.
Oh, it's a flower. She's holding up a little
holding up a
flower
flower.
for them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she's trying to be nice. Maybe that's her sacrifice. She has a little flower, and she has
Yeah.
that little cute outfit. It's a beautiful poster.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
It looks
The
like a
copy
fantasy
line-
story.
Save your family or save humanity. Make the choice. So it looks like you get to sacrifice your family or the whole world ends. So you get a choice. I think I would just take my chances with the apocalypse, honestly.
Well, I would, because I don't believe in that kind of stuff.
Exactly.
I would
I'm like,
assume
I'm not
that
making
these-
a choice.
I mean, these people are unhinged, crazy, fundamentalist people that have come to the house with their something that they've interpreted from some ancient book that they claim to have read, and they're not normal. They're unhinged, and so if you make that choice, then maybe that's part of the story, is that they're discussing it and they're like, well, they're nuts. So
There's no way around it.
Let's choose our family. It's not choosing our family is not going to cause the end of mankind. That
But what
might
if it
be-
really does? What if it
Yeah.
does?
Well, that's maybe the
thing is,
twist
what
at the
is
end of the movie, yeah.
apocalypse? Like, what is it? Like, does it mean that
biblical term?
get hit by a meteor? Like, what? I mean, I would rather like to see the apocalypse and die then than let these people take me out, because I'm going to die either way. I think I'd rather see the apocalypse, honestly.
Yeah, it's that sort of fundamentalist religion thing, apocalypse.
Yeah.
It's that when the second coming and the Sarah Palin's head with wings flies out of the crack in the earth, and it's the end of the world, and all these horrible monsters come up, and devils and demons and Ragnaroks and whatever. Dracula's
See, that sounds
and
fun to me. I
Frankensteins.
want to see
know.
that. I want to see the apocalypse. And also, I think if we're going to take it on Shyamalan's, storytelling, we have to assume it's literal and this is going to happen. So you can say, okay, I mean, maybe there might be a twist that, the apocalypse means we're going to kill you guys. And then maybe that's a big enough sacrifice. Why does that have to be our family? Why?
Or
why
it
not
could,
you
it could be one of those things where the guys they're talking and they're like, these people are insane. They're crazy. There's apocalypse crap.
But see, that would be the initial
But
reaction. Then you find out it's real.
As the film progresses, they start getting like, wait a minute, do you think this might be real? There might be some sort of like Monsters Are Due on Maple Street kind of a twist
That's
to
true.
it, where they start thinking, what if this is real? If something makes them think, what if this is real? And then they really have to make this choice. Like what if it's not real, then we're safe. But if it is real, should we go ahead and just, I don't know. It might be one of those kind of stories it gets a lot more complicated than the trailer lets on,
And what would be your choice? Then you say it's literal. Like, would you sacrifice yourself and your family to save mankind, or would you let the apocalypse do its thing? I almost feel like I would just let the apocalypse do its thing. That's how nihilistic I am.
Well, I would sort of need to work out some
There'd be some
clauses
details.
on the contract. If I am hired to make such a choice, I'm going to need a few requirements of my own.
That's right.
And it would be, certain people.
My dogs.
Dogs are
Certain
safe.
people. Certain
All
people.
dogs are safe. Yeah.
And I don't know what the apocalypse looks like. I don't know what it's going to be. I don't know. Is it fire, rain? Is it monsters? Is it just you blow up? I mean, we don't even know what the nature of the apocalypse is at this point.
is
So it'll be interesting.
Literally, flocks of Sarah Palin heads with wings flying out of a crack in the earth. And
Oh gosh.
yeah, like 5-headed Steve Bannons, and then there's like a snake that has Rudy Giuliani's teeth, and that's what
All
it
of
is.
those things feel very easy to kill.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is, it's like, there's
You might be able
there's-
to fight it off. You might be able to survive the apocalypse. I'm just saying.
Yeah, just throw
Maybe.
some classified documents over there, and they'll all run to them.
Oh my god.
and
This
or
went political
money.
really quick.
Yeah.
We talk about apocalypse, it instantly turns into politics. We can't help
Well,
it.
that's what apocalypse is all about,
That's right. It's about religion and politics. I mean, it comes down to it. It's a knock
Yeah.
at the cabin, but it's also politics.
That's where the word apocalypse comes from. It's religion, politics. Combine those two things, and it becomes apocalypse.
We figured it out.
Yeah.
You don't need to watch this movie now. We can all figure it out. It's just going to be about Sarah Palin. No,
Keep that stuff out of politics, and we'll be
you
okay.
can edit all of this.
No, this is good stuff.
All right. So that's our take. Let us know your take on this. What you think this is about? Would you pick the apocalypse over killing your own family and your friends and your child? Like, what would you pick? We want to know. How sick are you? Like, I was like voting for the apocalypse. That's just what I think. So,
I don't know. I think, yeah, I would.
There's no clauses. You got to pick one or the other. Nothing else.
Yeah.
So you're gonna die either way. I think I'd like to just see what the apocalypse had to offer.
True enough, it might be really easy to indict, indict those apocalyptic creatures that come out of the cracks in the earth. They might, we might have a strong enough justice system to deal with the apocalypse, and then after it's all over, we'll all be stronger.
That's right. Save the world. Let the apocalypse happen.
Yeah, if you stop this apocalypse, it becomes easier to stop all the ones that come later.
That's right. It stops all the apocalypses because the earth is gone.
Yeah.
It's problem solved.
So if you guys have any ideas, any tangents that you want to go off on, please put them in the comments and let us know how far off we are, how weirdly
We're very far off, I think.
unhinged we got talking about this movie.
That's right.
But that's what M. Night Shyamalan, for whatever little failures he's had in his career, his movies, you always want to talk about them. There's always a discussion to be had.
Yep.
Even about his movies that I was like, I'm still talking about old.
Yeah.
And
still conversations about Sixth Sense, one of the scariest movies ever made, apparently. So there's that.
One of the best movies ever made of any genre.
Definitely.
I think it's just a beautiful
right out of the
film.
gate.
Yeah.
First one.
Yeah. If that was all he ever did, he'd still be a favorite.
He's going to be a legend forever because of that movie.
Yes.
All right, you guys. See you the next time.
Thanks for joining us.
Bye.
Bye.